class 10. Today I am going to revise the Unit 1 syllabus chapter 2 from the Unit 1 syllabus. Chapter 2 deals with the reforms. It's the reforms that had occurred during the 19th century in Bengal, the characteristics of the reform and the observations. Now, in this regard, the first part of the lesson deals with the various kinds of periodicals, newspapers and journals. Now, periodicals and newspapers, we have learnt already that periodicals are also kinds of newspapers or magazines. Actually, they are the magazines. Periodical, they are given the name because they are published at a regular interval, a period of time, a gap of time is there. A magazine can be published weekly, once in a week. A magazine can be published once in a fortnight, that means 15 days, or monthly or yearly, in this way. So they are known as the periodicals. When they are published at a regular interval of time, they are known as periodicals. Now, in the 19th century, there were many such magazines or periodicals and the journals and newspapers. They have helped the people to know about the misrule of the British government in India, as well as the prevailing evils that were present in the society or religion, religious dogmas, the strict rules and regulations that were not actually in our ancient Hindu religion, but they were followed as the religious dogmas somehow. Superstitions and the false beliefs, all these things, and also to aware the people about the importance of education or development of the society, etc., etc. So in this regard, the first name which comes across our notice is the Bama-Bodhini Patrika. Now, Bama-Bodhini Patrika was first published in 1863, and the editor was Umesh Chandra Datta, and it had continued to publish the editions after editions till 1922. The last edition was published in 1922, when the editor was Ananda Kumar Datta. The first editor of Bama-Bodhini was Umesh Chandra Datta, and the last Ananda Kumar Datta. Now, the aim of this periodical was it was for the upliftment, to bring about the notice of the women's problems, to enlighten the women in political situation and in education, and to inculcate the feeling of self-confidence into them, and telling them that the practices of superstitions and the other religious dogmas and all, they were useless. They should not be given so much importance. And then this periodical or this journal actually focused on the religious traditions and child care, women's education, etc., as I was telling. Then it tried to eradicate, it tried to bring an end to the religious superstitions that I was also saying, and which was prevailed in the society during that time, and put an end to all these things, and bring about the caring of a girl child, Previously it was considered, previously why, nowadays also it is in many parts of our country it is considered that the girl, having a girl child is a curse. But Bama Bodhini Patrika during that time, during 19th century, it had tried to bring about the importance of having the girl child and her upbringing, proper upbringing like a boy in the household. So this was the Bama Bodhini Patrika. Bama is the Sanskrit name for the women, and Bodhini means to bring about the enlightenment into them. So that is why the newspaper or journal or the periodical, whatever it was for the women's enlightenment of the women. It focused on the problems regarding women. Next we come across the famous newspaper Hindu Patriot. It was a weekly newspaper which was the mouthpiece of the British India Association. British India Association was one of the forerunner of Indian National Congress. So the Hindu Patriot was actually the mouthpiece of this organization. It came weekly, once in a week, and the first editor was Girish Chandra Ghosh, the famous playwright and the play director Girish Chandra Ghosh, and its most important editor was Harish Chandra Mukherjee, who had been responsible for bringing out the plight or the sufferings of the indigo farmers. Indigo farmers, they were tortured by the indigo planters, European indigo planters. So their tortures, the British misrule over them, all these aspects were brought about by Harish Chandra Mukherjee through his editorials in the Hindu Patriot. However, this Hindu Patriot, it had, during the time of the Sepoy Mutiny or the Great Revolt of 1857, this Hindu Patriot had actually, though it had criticized the British misrule previously, but during the Great Revolt, it had supported the British rule. It had supported the British rule, the British sense of law, all these things, the sense of government. So it had emphasized on all these aspects, positive aspects of the British rule, and it had condemned the sepoys for creating such a disturbance in the country. And it had been quite a success till Harish Chandra Mukherjee's editorialship, but after his death, gradually the newspaper started to lose its importance, and ultimately it had stopped publication. And also it was a very expensive newspaper. That is why people lost interest. Many people could not afford to purchase this weekly newspaper. Next we come across Hutum Pachar Noksha. It is a kind of journal which was written by Kali Prasanna Singho. Kali Prasanna Singho under the pseudonym, the hidden name or secret name, you can say, pseudonym of Hutum Pacha. He had written about a very clear picture of the then Bengali society, the Babu culture, the culture that was followed by the landlords, absentee landlords mostly. He had criticized their practices, and he had also criticized the British government of running the administration. He had criticized the social evils present in the contemporary society, and he, in a very satirical manner, in a humorous manner, which we call in Bengali bango kora. So everything, and not only that, from the higher class in the society, he had described each and every aspect of their lives to the common man who lived on the streets practically. His life has also been described by Kaliprasuna Singho in his journal Hutum Pachar Noksha. Based upon his writings, the famous writer, Bengali writer Sunil Gangopadhyay or Sunil Ganguly had created a famous novel Shei Shomoy. So Hutum Pacha Noksha has given us a vivid picture of the then Bengali society, the Babu culture, and the lives of the common people, from the street dwellers to the hawkers and everybody. A clear picture. How did the roads in Calcutta looked after a spell of rain? How did it? What did the people? What did the dwellers, everyday's dwellers, do during the entire day? Each and every aspect has been very clearly described, sometimes in a very humorous manner, satirical manner. Criticism was there. Mostly he had criticized each and every aspect. He himself belonged from a zamindar family, and he knew the flaws of such a family. What were the faults followed by the or the characters of the people of such household. So each and everything has been written very clearly in Hutum Pacha Noksha, from where we can get a very clear picture of the then Bengali society. Next we come across Gram Barta Prakashika, which was published by Kangal Horinath Majumdar. And Gram Barta Prakashika, obviously with the name Gram, you can understand that it had focused upon the problems of the villagers, and it had tried to bring about the problems of the villagers in front of the authorities. So Gram Barta Prakashika was another important newspaper during the 19th century. Next we come across Neel Darpan. It is a famous play written by Dinobandhu Mitro. Neel Darpan, written by Dinobandhu Mitro. The play written by Dinobandhu Mitro. It has described the sufferings of the indigo planters in such a way that when the play was enacted in the Star Theatre in Calcutta, so it is said that Vidyasagar was so influenced by the acting of the actors and the subject matter that he had thrown his slippers at the actor who was playing the European planter, role of European planter. So the way the play has described, it had created a massive stirring or massive havoc in the minds of the middle class during that time. It had enlightened the people about the tortures of the European planters over the indigo farmers. So Neel Darpan, it was translated by Michael Madhusudan Datta in English on the request of Reverend James Long. We know James Long, we have a road or avenue under his name to commemorate. He was an European missionary, but still he had given given his support and the what should I say, his influence to Michael Madhusudan Datta to translate this Neel Darpan into English, and for which he was being fined also. He was punished by the British government. So Neel Darpan is another important book. You can say the play, or it was not actually a journal or a newspaper, we can't say that, but it was also a very important topic in this category. So we can conclude today over here. Next we will begin with educational reforms that had occurred in the 19th century Bengal.